What is going on, everybody? Welcome to part 4 of the Scandinavia AI only battle. We continue in our search for a world conquest. We've had one civ eliminated in 363 turns. I don't know, I feel like we might get another one today. Also, who the heck settled down here? That is Sami. Okay, that is a very small sliver of land that is mostly covered by cloud, but that is there. Yeah, I think definitely could see Sweden joining them today, depending on how many turns we get through. Denmark is certainly, they have enough to take probably everything. This city shouldn't be particularly difficult. Sigtuna here has just fallen. I don't, did they peace out? I still feel like I might be getting this completely wrong. I don't think they've peaced out yet. That might be completely wrong. No, Sweden's still at war with, Sweden's still at war with the Sami as well, so they could obviously just rock up at any point and take the rest. But it looks like maybe some sort of pact between these two AIs. Denmark gets the rest. The city of Lund here could be the next one to fall into Danish clutches, pretty quickly by the look of it. And Sweden didn't even try to retake Sigtuna. And okay, with Danish troops approaching Stockholm, Sami finally decides now would be a good time to get involved again. And there you go, Lund does fall. So yeah, we should see Stockholm go probably in the next couple of turns now, with Sami up in the pressure as well. Yep, into the yellow. Denmark is going to get baited to putting it in the red, and then Sami is probably going to steal it away this turn. Sweden actually does go first. It doesn't show it, but they don't load up. But Sweden, yeah, they defended themselves, which means Denmark should take Stockholm. They do. There we go. Sweden actually goes first. They were just so quick, you don't actually see it, but yeah, they killed that unit and then it finally loaded in, and that wasn't enough. So Denmark does eliminate Sweden. Technically they still have a few units left hovering around for a little while, but there we go. Sweden and Norway, the first two civs to fight each other, are the first two civs completely eliminated, and it's been a bit of a emergence. I mean, the Commonwealth got some cities too, but certainly for Denmark, finally, a bit of expansion, an extra territory. We'll see how long their alliance with Sami holds. But yeah, Sweden's been kind of the punching bag for Sami for a very long time, so we'll see who they set their sights on next. As Estonia does peace out with the Commonwealth and holds on to Krakow, but that's it. And I think Finland might just be preparing to backstab them. I'm still not sure, but looks like they're certainly aware it could be an option to do that. Oh my goodness, this is a small little army in itself right here. 36% on the International Space Station. Has anyone knocked Sami off in any? Finland has got better tech than Sami. Well, I say that. They might both have 98%, but you know what I mean. And they also have the biggest military right now, which is quite interesting. Sami have 200 million people. I don't know what the population of... What have Sami got? Sort of half of Finland, most of Norway, and sort of half of Sweden actually is, but I'm guessing it's nowhere near 200 million. If the whole I think the whole population of Europe is like 350 million or something like that, so that's a complete guess, but I think it's like similar to the US, which I'm also thinking is that sort of amount. So a very crowded map. Well, Finland v Denmark. I forgot about this with Estonia while we were focused up here. Kaupang could definitely fall to these Finnish XCOM squads. Yep, there we go. Boom. Well, Denmark, it was good while it lasted. That is a giant... Where'd it go? There's a giant death robot. My eyes aren't deceiving me. I saw it. It is there. The Sami have a giant death robot. I knew I saw one, and they did just complete the International Space Station. But yeah, XCOM squads and giant death robots, the final units you can unlock. I think missile cruisers might be up there as well at that top end. If there's anything else like stealth bombers, which sometimes the AI will not build or doesn't build very often, but they're another one. At the very top end, I mean, most planes are still like great war planes, so it's quite weird. But yeah, Denmark could be in a bit of trouble here. We'll see if Finland makes any more progress. Getting to Copenhagen will be quite tough as it's an island, but if these Estonian and Finnish submarines come in, sink the Danish fleet, that could certainly help. 1956, and we're just seeing all-out warfare in the Baltic Sea. There's one brave Danish submarine making its last stand there outside the coast of Estonia, just taking down a few ships with it, maybe. Trying its best. Maybe catch a few of these units just unaware. Another new city here for Sami, just adding to the gross borders of the map. Two more Sami settlers here. Not sure where they're heading, to be honest, especially this one. Don't know where you're off to, but it seems they have open borders, so it's not really, probably not their final destination. There's not too much land. There's a bit here, but you'd think they'd just come here, right? They wouldn't go all the way around. Like, if they settled like somewhere in here, that would just be gross. Like for the borders, you probably could settle here or in here. So let's hope they don't do that. I'm guessing they are going to try and settle somewhere down here, depending on where this city prevents them settling. This is new from Estonia, added fairly late. If Estonia and Finland stay teamed up, I mean, they could put up a... And especially if Finland seems to have all the tech, Estonia is probably nearly there as well. Maybe they have a chance. Maybe they still have a chance against the others. Sami has overtaken on soldiers, but this is the same number Finland previously had, so I'm imagining it's not a huge difference. Finland's obviously currently using a lot of their troops in a very bold invasion of Copenhagen. We will see how this goes for them. If they just took out Denmark here, that would be big. I don't necessarily see it happening right now, but this city falls, then, you know, they've got something. They've got something to work with. Making good progress. Estonia's turn. Denmark's obviously unhappy. They keep having rebels down here at the bottom, which is not what you want, really. And there it is. Riga 8 does fall to Finland. That was a weird choice of ones to go first. I didn't think that would be the next one, but there we go. And if Aarhus here goes as well, then Copenhagen could be surrounded, and it's going to be very tough because you can't get any siege units in there. But I mean, I say that, I don't have any siege units in these other cities. But we'll see. They do have some planes here, which certainly helps, although jet fighters and bombers. Sorry. Just zoned out. Yeah, this city's definitely... How did they pillage some of this stuff? Like, they haven't even got to some of this stuff. I'm saying... I feel like this is the thing, I'm not a good enough player to know. Can you, like, bomb tiles? Like, I'm so confused. I didn't realise that was a thing, but... Like, how have they pillaged some of this stuff? I guess this guy's moving around. Maybe it was them. Oh, that is a lot of ships right there. Would not want to mess with that. There's so many for Sami. I don't know how Finland even briefly had more. It just doesn't look like it, does it? I mean, Finland has a lot here, for example, but like this looks about the same in size. Estonia is building up a big new force though, and I think that might... If they went after the Commonwealth again, they might finally have hit that point where they're just strong enough to do it. They don't have much oil, clearly, because they have one plane. And that's not even a plane, that is something completely different. Hang on a minute. Hang on a second. Just a second. Triplanes fighters. Stealth bombers, jet fighters, Great War bombers. Fighter. Okay, no. Okay, I was going to say that was really rare. That would have been incredible. But, Sami does have some nukes. I was going to say, I thought maybe there was just one uranium tile, like on the whole map, and Estonia had the only one. But no, they have one. But that's it. And the city does fall, so Denmark It was going so well for them, and I just looked down, and it's like fallen apart in a few turns. We'll see. We'll see what happens. Copenhagen's also starving. I think that was a lot higher than 16, but I think it was like 28. So that's not great. Not great for the Danes. But at least they've replaced Sweden. You know, that's a new home for them. Although saying that, Finland has now arrived outside of Stockholm as well. Yeah, no, not going to be much progress on Copenhagen. Meanwhile, Stockholm within one turn. It's probably going to fall this turn. That was a quick turn of events. The Sami, they've got to pull the trigger if they're going to. I'm not saying Sami's not going to win. You know, they're not. They're still probably the favourite, definitely, not even close. But you know, Finland is making huge moves here. I mean, I was congratulating Denmark for taking this land off Sweden. Finland's going to not just going to take this land that Denmark took, and then they're going to take out what was originally theirs. But there you go. Sigtuna fell even quicker. They're just storming across here, Finland. This is it comeback season? Is Finland going to come back? Who did I predict to win? I've forgotten. So did I forget to make a prediction? Did I predict Norway? That would be a bad mistake, wouldn't it? Or Sweden? I don't know. I can't believe it. It's been 4 days. It's getting really bad. Should be able to remember who I picked. Maybe I'm just not that invested, because I know there's normally a jinx if I pick someone, so maybe I've just given up on having hope that who I pick might win. Wouldn't be the worst strategy. Finland might take 2 cities. Oh, very close. Next turn, they could definitely get 2 in a turn. I don't know if they're any nearer to Copenhagen. Not yet. Not quite, but once these are done, Copenhagen could definitely get focused on. Oh, next turn then. We will see Finland move in. And there we go, it is done. Oslo and Lund. So Finland, they'll have to repair this. They already have 1 worker here. But that's a big win for Finland. And I guess Estonia as well. They seem to be working together, I think. At least for now. If they're going to fight Sami, or just preserve peace against Sami, I wonder if they have a I don't think I can see it anywhere. I just wonder, does the AI ever sign a defensive pact? I feel like they don't. And I don't think it would say here, even if they did. But it doesn't say they do. Just gonna have a quick look at the social policies. It's turn 400 to just see who went what again. Bit of a reminder. Morocco is me. Don't worry about them. Autocracy is still Commonwealth and Denmark and the Sami. And then freedom is Estonia. And then order. Somehow all of the ideology, all of them are in civil resistance. Just because, yeah, Finland and the Sami have ridiculous amounts of tourism. But Sami is on their own, competing against all 3 autocracies. Whereas, yeah, I mean, Sami are okay, but these guys are nearer to Finland than Sami, so they're struggling as well. So there you go, but massive tourism for both of these two. I think I saw, that's me, I saw someone else was leading approval, but that is me. Finland has retaken the most soldiers in the world, but the rest still sort of all goes towards the Sami. And is Copenhagen, it is being starved to the ground, but so far no one's conquered it. Estonia is now in the vicinity of the city. They are holding a nuke, 2 nukes just off the coast. That feels like unfair intimidation now. I can't really root for you as underdogs if you're going to threaten Copenhagen with a nuke. That seems a little bit harsh. Oh, it's getting there. Into the yellow. Maybe next turn. Maybe this one actually. Rocket artillery's there. There's a missile cruiser. Another new city for the Sami. I think they might have ran out of names, because that is definitely a Polish city name. And probably been stolen from the Commonwealth list. Maybe we've stretched the Sami mod further than it's supposed to go. But there we go. Copenhagen. Denmark does go first. They might kill one of these XCOM squads, but I don't think they can kill both, so that might guarantee it. Going to Finland, it does. I don't know how that unit survived, but there you go. They do. Denmark is the second civ. No, third. Norway, Sweden, Denmark, all gone in the space of the last 2 episodes. I do not think those other Sami settlers did not find a home down here. But there we go. And then there were 5. And it's particularly 2 of them who could be fighting this out. And there it is. This mega alliance of Estonia and Finland continues. This time they will be going after the Commonwealth again. And Estonia, a monstrous force. Yeah, this is outnumbering them. The Commonwealth very much alone. I wonder, Sami will have to save them. I don't know if they will, but I mean, if Estonia and Finland just stay as a team, then they could definitely rival Sami in a big war. This is shaping up really nicely, actually, which I was not expecting in episode 2 when it looked like Sami was going to run away with it. But Estonia and Finland, mutual appreciation. Tallinn and Helsinki, very close to each other. It seems to be working out for them. And maybe, I feel like this time it has to be it for the Commonwealth. Finland is going to very quickly kick them out of this part of Scandinavia. And then obviously contribute. And yeah, you can see just huge amounts of Estonian troops para-dropping in already. They were troubled. The forest was their biggest issue before. They're already in now. Nice and easy. Bergen has already fallen as well, which means Linkoping will be very quickly surrounded and conquered by Finland. So yeah, it's shaping up for a 3-way fight, but obviously it's going to be 2 civs v 1 potentially. It could very easily be Sami v Finland and Estonia. And what we'll do is, like, we won't go to turn 1,000 like last time, because that was I realised that was ridiculously stupid. Like, I may as well have just made them fight after a while. I'll give them a few turns, should we say maybe 50, just to see if there is an individual war. And if not, I think we'll do Finland and Estonia maybe v Sami, just because that's how it's played out the game. Like, even if that may actually numerically be a bit unfair on Sami for the first time, it feels like that is kind of how the scenario deserves to play out. That's what I would say right now. Obviously things could change. If we give them 50 turns and Finland kills Estonia, that's what I mean. A city revolts. Oh my goodness, they just lost a 36 population city. That is rough. Okay, that is brutal for Sami, but we will see. Brutal for Finland, great for Sami. But here we go. Linkoping did not fall, but Estonia did take Vilnius pretty quickly, and here we go. Finland should get Linkoping, and they'll probably come after Lwów here as well. So I know that is almost certainly not pronounced Lwów, but limited time. Right, Warsaw could be next on the chopping block too. Hopefully no more cities revolt, because that's a huge blow to lose a 34 population city, although it might really hurt Sami's happiness. I don't know if they could take that. We can't see what their happiness is. Maybe that's going to hurt them just as much as anyone else. But yeah, the battle for Warsaw begins. It looks like this is going to be a decisive episode in which we could lose the Commonwealth as well as Sweden and Denmark. What a crazy few what can happen in 20 minutes. It is quite impressive. But here we go. Warsaw holding on for now. A lot of paratroopers, not quite as strong as the XCOM squads we've seen Finland ferociously deploy. And Lwów here has also maybe been spared for now, but I think times will change. Finland will certainly make more of an effort. But we should see Warsaw go. Can we get it? Can they get it done in the next 1 minute and 20 seconds, AI? You capable of that? All 3 cities? I feel like once Warsaw goes, the others will go pretty quick, but we will have to figure it out. Finland's turn. Here's a big turn. Yeah, that was a good turn. Up there towards Lwów. Culture victory contender. Even Estonia is a contender now for the culture victory. They all influential on each other. That would be quite crazy. Warsaw into the yellow. Lwów will probably drop this turn if Finland hits it. No, they didn't. They could have used some planes, I guess, but opted not to for that turn. Maybe recharging them. It's one thing we can't actually see. We can never, I don't think, yeah, there's no way for us as a viewer to see the plane health. It's an interesting thing to note. I think that might even apply when you're playing. You can't see the enemy players' health of their planes. So you can see it on their units, even if they're your enemy. You can't see their planes. I think I was a bit over-ambitious saying this episode. They've got 15 seconds or so. But I think they might get it this turn if they have a really good turn. There's potential. They just don't have rocket artillery. I don't know if it's a lack of aluminium. They do have planes, but again, jet fighters, not bombers, so that's a lack of oil. so it isn't always working. They do have some stealth bombers, but not quite enough. Should we give them one more turn? It looks like they're really close. Just slightly go over the time. I mean, it's not a fixed time, but I just aim for 20 minutes, and sort of if I look at the clock and it's past it, then yeah, that's fine. If you're new around here wondering how it works, we'll do one more turn because I'm in such a nice mood. It's while I've been making this video, it's got dark outside, so I sort of started sat in the light, and now it's very dark 20 minutes later. But there we go, the WoW does fall. I'm gonna give them one more chance to get Warsaw. Of course they won't get Poznan this turn, but it sets us up for a pretty cool next episode. If we give them as much time, they should get this the very first turn next time around, unless they peace out now, which they don't. Nuclear non-proliferation I see past. But there we go, that will be it for this episode. We're very excitingly set up for potentially a really cool ending to this scenario if we are to see Estonia and Finland stay working together. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. If you have enjoyed, be sure to leave a like on the video. Be sure to leave a comment as well with any feedback, any recommendations, things you want to see, or I guess whatever you want to comment. I don't mind. And then be sure to subscribe as well if you are new to the channel. Lots of new faces recently. We got like 100 people I think now in the last 2 weeks, which is amazing. So welcome if you're one of those new people. Really good to have you here. And obviously if you're one of the old people, thank you for sticking around. Looks like we're getting closer and closer to that big one, 2,000. So that would be awesome if we could get there this year. But yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.